boat is penned. They've done this Toast to the Coast, I think it's called.
Yep, Toast to the Coast.
So it's pretty cool. There's market stalls, chili sauce, our favourite cider.
Yep.
We're just going to go and have a drink at the boat, which weirdly is
not our boat.
Not our boat. It's called The Boat at Mindarie, and it's one of our favourite pubs.
Yeah, just going down to the boat, though.
See ya. One of the best mango ciders there are. Oh, Custard and Co. We've been trying to get them. They used to sell it on tap at the Woodvale. Ah. And then they stopped.
That was my first time. It's like, oh.
Okay, I'm going to go for a walk.
We're going to go and get a free
Winch here, all 100% pure and natural.
Yes, that's right.
It's just like all the rest of our sauces, we don't use preservatives or colours or anything stuff like that. Don't need it. Yeah, right. And up next we've got our medal winner, Awesome Sauce. We picked up a bronze at 2020 Royal First Medal Awards with this one. Beautiful, versatile sauce. Goes just about everything. Especially feta cheese,
What do you like? Yeah. It's good.
Would you like to try the Schadenfreude? It's our most popular.
And shall we move on to the hot?
It's a Malaysian style.
Alright, here we go.
Satay, but there's no nuts.
Hot Aussie barbecue is up next. It's exactly what it sounds like with some beautiful local habaneros.
We got some Marugas.
What one are you going to
Bit
have?
of smokiness.
Go on, have one.
Are you going to try one?
I'll try one. Which one should we try?
Yeah, you want to try this one?
Yeah.
This one's called Schadenfreude. It is a Malaysian style sauce.
First.
Almost like a satay, but very aromatic, very tasty.
Okay. What is that out of 10?
What is this out of 10?
Out of our 10, it's probably around a 5 or 6.
Okay, we can do that.
Good.
Can we have one here too?
Yeah.
First one take the pick, but the second one's in. You want more of the pictures?
Okay, ready? Ready? Cheers.
Yum. That's hot. That's why it says hot on the bottle.
Did well. Well done. High five.
This one's a little bit hotter. This one's mango, lime and ginger.
Oh, yum.
Gold chocolate.
My mouth's watering. Are you good? Well done. Is that mango cider we were talking about? It's so good. Aloha. We are about a week away from sail day. We've got quite a bit left to do. I think our list is still quite extensive. Today Mitcho's finishing the water maker and getting that finished, the install finished, and hopefully pressing on, and it works, no worries. I was going to be doing the rub rails, but it's a bit of a wet and dreary day here in Perth, so... What happened?
The drill bit thing fell down and all the drill bits went everywhere.
There's a lot of drill bits. Yeah, it's a beautiful sunny day, but it has rained, so the rub rails are a no-go. Might try and silicone up the windows and polish all the stainless steel, so that's my jobs today. So we've got to bring the tender down, moved all our clothes and have them at home, which is great. So we've got to go through everything, all our clothes, and get rid of what we don't want and bring back to the boat the things that we really will wear. Righty-ho, let's get on with it. Yeah, so today I've got the fun job of getting rid of the old silicone from the windows. So as you can see, it is nasty. And it just makes a mess. Everything's a mess. So that is my job today. We call it silicone in Australia, but after watching the winds, I often call it caulking. So I'm re-caulking the windows today.
Okay, well, I'm going to introduce you to our new dinghy. It's a, what is it? Aircat 285 ultralight. So the main reason I chose this is we haven't obviously used it yet. We're about to use it for the first time today, even though it's blowing an absolute gale, but I don't really have to do anything other than see that it gets up on the plane easy and stuff. So one of the reasons I've chosen this is partly the design on the front here. You can just walk straight out off the deck, push up onto the sand, you step down there, the whole thing flexes down and you just step straight up onto the sand. It's really, really easy access. It doesn't have an aluminium bottom like our last dinghy does, so we do have to be a lot more careful with it. But the overall performance of it should be really, really high compared to the other one, which is what I want. I wanted a boat that's you can putt around in, but one that you can also get somewhere in. If you get to a nice river or a nice bay or something like that, you don't want to be putting along at 6 knots for 3 hours. You want to be going along at 20 knots and getting there. So we've got the 8 horsepower Tohatsu, which has been upgraded to a 9.8 horsepower carburetor system, and it's hopefully will run good. And I've just installed these new beach wheels on the back mainly to protect to stop having to lift it up onto the beach all the time for starters, which is not so bad with an aluminium bottom one because you just drag it up. But with this one being much more exposed, I suppose you'd say, you just put these wheels down and it'll be a one-person easy job. Simple as these are rail blazer wheels made in New Zealand. Just straight in and up like that, and that's all you've got to do. And you should be able, one person should be able to pull this up on the beach with ease. These wheels are huge and they're really wide, which is very unusual. Maybe stored. Beautiful.
Nice.
There you go. So hopefully, I don't know how long it'll stay white, but we shall see.
It's actually the first time we've launched anything off this jetty. All the thousands of boats we've watched. Ooh, is it cold?
Well, that started. Just taking it in, going for a little test run. I'm not going to do this, but I don't have any oil seconds.
Yeah. Ooh, that was good. Yeah, it's easy sticking. Well, I imagine coffee lovers will understand exactly why I have just remodeled the kitchen to include a coffee machine. So hopefully with our upgraded electrical supplies, I will be able to enjoy a coffee every day. That's my plan. So this is going into the boat today. All our non-perishable consumables, and silver bag, which is mine, all the pink, and Mitcho's is this one. So let me unpack a bit and then I'll show you exactly what we bought from Aldi. Xavier and I are doing the provisioning run while Mitcho's trying to get that water maker working. So we've got the, you're right, dinghy on the boat, and yeah, now we've just got to like full on pack everything away. Joyful. So it's not too bad, I don't think. Like about $235, and this is all, I shouldn't say all, because I am a massive food freak, so I'm not even sure we've got enough. We've got mixers, cleaners. Do you think we've got enough? We've got like 6. Peanut butter, condiments. I'm also a bit of a condiment queen. So this is going to be going down there. So I've commandeered the guest cabin, so no one can come until we have eaten a little bit, but this is it. Tried to pack it in fairly tight, and anything glass behind these pillars. And where I can, I've popped in other little chocks to chock up the weights. So hopefully it won't go bonk as soon as we set sail. We've got a soda stream, so we've got loads of tonic and lots of other fun flavors. Yeah, so this is that 235 shot, which actually was bigger than when I showed you last, because I was missing some cans. So pretty good. Packaging up all the meat that we've bought. So we've got 4 packets of chicken breasts. Now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish breast in each pack. So hopefully if I can divvy all this protein up, then we will have enough to start with. So what we're doing today is we're actually packaging up so we can pop it in the freezer.
Okay, so what we have here is a desalinator or a water maker. It's got a 12-volt pump that pumps in the seawater. So it pumps in the raw seawater from outside of the boat, and it will be connected via this spot here to the outside. It will come in, it will pump it, and it will come out of that hole, revert from there, and it will connect to this joint here. Get that poke off. Okay. And that will connect into here. Will come in through this first filter, which is a 20 micron filter. So that will filter out the big bits. Will come in through that part, 20 microns, and then it will come into the 5 micron filter here, which is will make it, will filter it out more. And it's got a gauge there that tells us how much water pressure is in there. It's got to be a certain water pressure to make the system work. After that, it will come out here. So at this stage, it's still a low pressure system. The water will come out of there, and then from there it will go into the cart charger. So that's just a standard cart charger that you wash your car with, or wash down your pathway with. So it will go into there, into the back where you would normally put the water, and out the front where the pressurized system is. And that will, this uses about 1500 watts of power, and it's a 240 volt system, so that will either run off our battery system or it will run off our backup generator. out of there from now that it's high pressure. It will come out and it will come into the end of this tube here, which is the main filter. So it will be pressurized through there, and it's a membrane. It's about 1 meter long, and it will pump the water at high pressure through and force what's left of the salt water to be left behind. And then on the other end here, it's got two tubes. One tube here which goes right out through the end, and that is the external one. So that will pump it out of the boat back into the water, and then on the bottom of that, where the good water will come through, it will come out of another smaller hose, and it will come into this little guy here. So it will come into the back. The hose will come into the back of there, and this is our litre per metre that will tell you how much water it's pumping. So this system is supposed to do about 80 litres per hour, which is really quite high considering the price point of this unit. And after it goes through there, it will come out the top over the flow meter, and connected to that is a little, I don't know what even you call this thing, but it tells you how much salt is in there. So if it's got to be below a certain amount for it to be considered to be fresh water, drinkable water. And then after it comes out of there, it will pass through another narrow hose and straight into your water tank for drinking. The reason why we chose this system is because, well, probably the main reason is because it's simplicity. There's pretty much nothing on this whole system here, apart from this tube and the filter that goes in that, which you can order them pretty easily. But apart from that, there's all the connections and all the pieces you can buy at a hardware store, like at Bunnings or whatever. So if you ever get stuck and you need a broken part replaced, it's not like you have to order one from Italy, where most of the or Germany or something, where most of the good expensive systems come from. So this one you can go into just about any hardware store and find whatever you need at a fraction of the price. So that's why we chose this one, and we will give you a rundown of how it performs once we get it installed. So that's our next step, to get it installed.
So how much was it?
It was $3,000.
$3,000. Okay, that's Aussie.
Yeah,
including GST.
And the Karcher pump itself, although apparently they don't last a huge amount of time, they might only last a couple of years. But to replace that pump, to replace the Karcher, it's literally like a trip to Bunnings at $100 or something like that. And once again, if you bought like an expensive Italian or German system, you might be up for $1,000 to replace one of those, and you might have to wait for it and get it shipped in from overseas. So yeah, nice and simple, nice and cheap, and we will give you a review as soon as we get it installed.
So as you know, we're still learning, so we have no idea whether this will work and this system is the best, but you know what, it's good to find out, and we will update you in 6 months' time on how it's going and give you a bit of a review on what our opinion is of how it works and stuff.
Thanks for watching.
Awesome, thank
Bye.
you.
Should be less than 500. That's a high pressure. Don't go over 8. It's got to be about 800. Can't go up. Can never go over 850, otherwise it will damage it. But there's a handle up here. First drink of the new water out of our desalinator.
Pretty good.
Tastes like water.
That's so weird though, she tastes like water.
Well, it's lovely. You'd never know that was salt water, hey?
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, these gloves are good.
Good. Woohoo!
New winch.
The new winch. So what do we get?
So Lofren's Cayman, made in Italy.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nice actually.
And we had a bit of winch drama, didn't we?
Yeah, I couldn't get the other one off. It had fused to the stainless steel bolts. The aluminium housing had fused to the stainless steel bolts, so I had to cut it off. Couldn't save it, which means a lot more mucking around in the long run, but...
And then we had more drama getting the winch.
Yes.
They lost it, supposedly.
Sat in the warehouse for 5 weeks, in the courier depot for 5 weeks, and they couldn't find it.
Until we went and visited them today.
Yeah.
Said, where's our winch? Whoop! Suddenly they found it.
Yeah.
Whoop! There it is. Well, that's very impressive. Very silver. And now that all the essential items have been packed onto Ocean Lady, we're one step closer to Sail Away Day. Watch this space. See you next week. Cozzy and Mitcho.